expect on the ballot on 2027. So stay tuned and watch the county spotlight. And my guests today in the studio are they may be known to you guys back there, but to me, I'm meeting them for the first time, and I will let them introduce themselves. On my right, I have Victor. Please, Victor, can you introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm Victor Ngola. Awuko Homa Bay, Ndhiwa Sewe Ward. I think that's enough.
Okay, we said that that is Victor Ongola from Kanyamwa Kosewe Ward. Now, down here we have George. George, please introduce yourself. Tell us where you are. George. Put your mic on. George, your mic is not on. Okay, let me go to Hillary. George is in a shop. Is
Yes,
doing some
good
work.
evening. Once again, I'm Hilary Bob Kaluma, Ajaka Nyamua Kayambu, Kosewe Ward. Yes, that
All
is
right.
where I come from, this village, next to Ndesi Secondary School. Just around there is my home.
Oh, okay.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
All right. You
Yes.
guys are interesting. Now, today we have got George from Hillary and Victor, who are going to tell us more about what they feel is important in their quest to be members of the county assembly. Maybe George, briefly tell us what you think that Hillary. Tell us what you think that you should do. You will do differently in your ward. And where is your ward right now when you look at it in matters of education? Where do you stand?
Thank you so much. My
Yeah.
word, to be precise, is in a pathetic state of education. And one of the areas of concern being that will be restricted as a MCA aspirants on this platform. So obviously I'll be speaking about ECD. If I look back in referring to the county government recent budget for the year 2023-2024, sad enough, my ward has only uh, managed to secure one ECD school, that is in Yembe. And we have so several of them which need attention. The classrooms are in poor state, no desks. Children are the pupils are really having hard time to get education. First of all, my first term in office, I will dwell on ensuring that the ECD classrooms in almost all, even if not all, let's do with at least 80% of our ECD classrooms shall have been done and equipped with desks, and the floors are done to avoid the children being attacked by the bacteria on their feet. Thank you so
Wow.
much.
George, thank you for that elaborate analysis of what you see in your ward, and you've actually you've opened the show by telling us, there's only one ECD class in your ward. We will get much into that discussion into depth and see what the county assembly is doing to ensure that we have enough classrooms for our children. Now, Jojo Yando, I see you in very busy. Can you give us your opening statement to and where you are, which ward you represent, and why you think you are the best candidate for this particular position?
Okay, thank you. Good evening, all. I'm George Oyanda, a member of Homa Bay County, Ndhiwa sub-county, specifically Kanyadoto ward. I wasn't in for any position actually because I just clicked the link and I got myself in. I wanted to attend this meeting. I'm not vying for any position in MCA. I'm not vying for a position of MCA comes 2027, but my ambition was over to 2027 sub-county elections. So maybe I'll be proceeding with my members here as they give out their complaints or points regarding where their basic interests or their deemed light of the current leaders, so that I myself also, when we will be holding a county or other sub-county elections or other chapters, we will have to discuss that into length. So as for me, I'm not representing Kanyadoto ward as the aspirant of or MCA to be 2027, but actually I'm here to oversee, to oversee, and also to make sure that whenever anything is said contrary to what I think is within the ground, I make a rise. Thank you. May God bless you.
All right. Now, George will be doing what we call fact checking. Fact checking on you guys, what you are saying, whether it is true or false. We have George here to do the fact checking for you, for the aspirants who are going to appear on this program. So we want to be very, 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 very thorough in what we are doing. We don't want lies. We don't want lies to be propagated on Africa. We want the best out of you. Victor your name is so hard to pronounce. Victor Ongola, or is it Ogola? That does not sound like a Luo name. Nyingno Akiani Golukune, but it doesn't sound like a Luo name. I want you guys to feel comfortable in a language that you feel that you can express yourself properly. Yes. Can you go ahead, Victor, and tell us which ward you represent? Make sure your mic here. Go on.
Yes, thank you, Mzalendo. I think I've been very clear on a few things. One, I'm not vying for any post. But when I got the link from Kevin, I had to honor the invitation. Because when you are invited, you have to attend. There are so many issues we can discuss here affecting Kanyamwako Sewe
Okay.
ward.
Now, what I gather is that most of you.
No, I just do the listening as I talk.
Okay, I will.
So, I've never said it anywhere that I want to vie for any post. It is on record. I've never done that. But when the time comes, we'll know. For now, if I find a platform where we are discussing issues affecting our people, especially those from Kosewe, I'll not hesitate. And that's why I'm here. So even if you invite me tomorrow or any other day on another platform, I'll still come.
All right,
but not on a capacity that now I want to vie for this post. My stand has been very clear. If the people tell me, like, Victor, this is what we want you to go for, I'll go for it. If they don't, I'll just mind my business here in Nairobi. Thank you.
All right. I can see so many people here are you are chickening out.
Mzalendo, Mzalendo, it's not new to me to see people run away in interviews when I appear. I've witnessed it even back in the camp.
Are they scared
But
of you?
it's a good start. We are all
Because
youthful and we can
the information I got that you guys are all aspirants, but now the information I'm getting on this platform is that some of you are not aspirants, but are concerned about what is happening in the world.
Actually, Zalendo, let me clarify something, Zalendo.
Okay. Let George clarify something.
As much as we are into this discussion, most of us were not part of the leaders who were invited. I myself, I was not invited, but when I joined one of the groups and I saw the link, I clicked it. So because I wanted to be part of this, because I have an aspiration of becoming an MP of Ndhiwa, I decided to creep in. But I wasn't having this intention of coming to this meeting.
Okay. Now, okay, you guys, you are in the right place because one, we are talking about our ward and our constituency at the same time, and generally even national politics. So don't be afraid to pinpoint whatever is happening in your ward. But it is good that you guys joined the link. This is where we will be having the discussion. It is not the first time we in Africa have these political discussions. We've had this political discussion way back from 2022 when we were having the presidential debates until we got now to the president, who is William Ruto. So we've been having these debates. Maybe you've not been joining, but these debates are always here on Africa, talking on national issues and issues that are important to our people and Kenya in general. But I'm glad today we want to talk about the constituency and Homa Bay County at large. What is the problem in Homa Bay? Can somebody tell me what is the problem in Homa Bay County? Why are we having unemployment? What happened, Victor? Since you are on the ground, tell us what happened to Kigoto factory.
I'm currently in Nairobi. I'm currently in Nairobi.
Yes. Do you know? Okay.
And I've been here for some time. In fact, I went back when I was organizing the mini tournament 2 weeks ago.
So you are in.
I never took much time.
You are in the village 2 weeks ago.
I never took much time. But if there is need, I can investigate and let you know later.
All right. Let me ask you a specific question. In your area where you come from, what is the significant development that you see in your ward?
In what capacity?
On economic development, especially. What are the youths engaged in your ward? Do you have good roads? Do you have good schools? Do you have water? Do you have electricity?
Well, what we can say is that at least the roads, they're a bit improved. But the other things, if you talk about employment, if you talk about water, schools, you cannot. I even lack words to describe it. But these people have failed us. That's the term. They have really failed us.
So is it the MCA, the MP, the
When I talk
governor?
about leadership, I'm not specific to anyone. But
now I want
you to listen, Mr. Lendo. Mr. Lendo, listen.
I know you are avoiding something.
Listen.
You're avoiding something. I am the host.
Just listen to me. Just listen to me.
I will listen to you. Just a
when
minute.
we talk about roads, we have those that are under the MCA and those are that are under the MP, the carer. When you talk about schools, remember we have got the ACDs that are under the MCA. We have got like primary schools that's being managed by the NGCDF. So when you want me to be specific, while these problems cut across, I think I would be unfair.
Are you done? Okay. My question was very, very simple. This show is targeted to the local administrative unit, and that is your member of county assembly, right? This show is tailor-made for you to understand what their role is in the community and in the development of your area. I asked you one specific question, is that do you see your area MP having been there? Is it second term or it is his first term as doing a good job when in regards to the roads, in regards to the schools? And remember one thing, it is your community that puts forward whatever is supposed to be done in the ward, and the executive implement it. Do you think that the leadership has done that so far in your ward?
I would say no, even if you asked me that question in the middle of the night, I'll say no.
Thank you. That is what I wanted, because if they have not done anything, I was seeing Hillary nodding his head up and down. Hillary, do you wanted to say something that is burning? Can you say? Come closer to your mic. You are away. We can't hear you, Hillary. Hillary, we can't hear you. Hillary, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Come closer.
Hillary, yeah.
Can't hear me?
Yeah, we can't hear you at all.
My mic is on.
Yeah, you are okay. Okay, go ahead. Your mic is on. Yeah.
You can't hear me?
Now. Say something. Hillary, can you say something?
I can hear you.
Yeah, but we can't. Can you talk?
I don't know what could be the problem. Oh, you can hear me now? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I didn't want to rebuttal on Angola, and it would only be fair. You can. Okay, I'm saying I had Victor say. You can't hear me?
We can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead.
I don't know what could be the problem. What should I do?
You are okay now. Where you are, we can hear you. George, can you say something as Hillary tries to work on his mic? George, you've switched off your mic.
Okay, thank you. Am I clear now?
Very, very clear.
First of all, if we are into this discussion, we have to make ourselves be in the line that actually will be portraying the face of our community. When we started by our wards, I think the major thing we were to discuss on our community based, because actually you know where you come from and you know where the ward you are presenting. In this ward, do we have ECD classes? If they are there, how many are they? Secondly, normally we do have major problems concerning water. Is there any initiated water project that MCA has catered for within your ward? If there is, how many? Third, We have to discuss all these processes or all these values cannot be there without roads leading to such specific places. We have to consider the roads. Are they there? And if they are they in the condition that portrays what the community or rather what people wanted when you were being elected? Thirdly, we have healthcare, which is the more core value that we should be investigated, should be looked into, so that we have a better life for a better movement. Is there any renovation? Is there any health care built around nearby? And if they are within your wards, how many are they, and how many people can access it? Then, thirdly, that generalizes every word is about education. Education is the key. That is the reason why now, if you hear me, I can speak in English, and somebody in Uganda can also hear me. So the general education should be catering for the well-being of the child or the pupil, specifically to the primary student or rather pupils, because actually secondary students are more of advanced. So we are talking about primary ECD classes and all that manner of activities. So when we are basing our discussion, I think these are the major things that we should be considering. Apart from meandering, going around all these things, we after discussing this, we will now come to realize that is your area MCA has failed or has he improved, and is your MP now failed or has he improved? Thank you.
Well, thank you, George, for that elaborate statement. Now we are joined by Kevin. Kevin, karibu sana Afrique 24. Maybe you introduce yourself, tell us where you are and which seat you are aspiring for.
Thank you so much, Mzalendo. Speaking is Kevin Award. Kevin is going for Kubai Award. And I think the time has come that the people of Kubai should get the change that we need. Kevin Award started this journey long time ago. And I'm the FFM party leader, the Freedom Party, the Freedom Fighters Movement. We have advanced in our work of doing the oversight and majorly in our ward. In a short while, we shall present what we have been doing since we formed the Freedom Fighters Movement. Thank you, Nick.
Well, thank you, Kevin, for that intro. You'll tell us more about FFM, if you are registered movement or you are just activists. So you'll tell us more about that. So you'll tell us whether you have got branches countrywide or is it something that is just within Kobwai Ward. Now, back to our main discussion today is representation. We have seen among the wards in Kobwai, in Ndhiwa County, we have got Central Kabwach, which has got 5,515 registered voters. Then Central Kanyamoa with 3,800 and East Kobwai with 4,000, blah, blah. The figures are out there. You can see where you are if you are coming from Kobwai like Kevin. This is the number of votes that you'll be looking for to get into leadership in the county assembly. Now, does these figures shown here on the screen? These figures represent the last voter registration by IBC in 2022. We have had MCAs in office for more than a decade, meaning 10 years. Hillary, how long has your MCA been in office, and do you see him or her improving? And maybe tell us who they are, so that we can call them out. What have they done that is so significant? If they are doing a good job, why do you think that you are the best candidate for that particular position? What can you do better if you're given that position? Hillary.
Thank you so much. Allow me also apologize for my network that was, initially
Yeah.
having a problem. Uh, there was an initial question which you asked about the economic nature of my word. I don't know whether I should refer to it
Yeah, go ahead.
first. Oh, thank you so much. I would say my my ward is the most underdeveloped ward in the whole of Ndhiwa. And as you all know, uh, economy of an area is solely pegged on its accessibility and in reference to agriculture taking place in that area. Even if we do a lot of agriculture in an area and yet we don't have accessibility, and I'm talking specifically about roads, and at the county level, I'm speaking specifically about access roads, or rather what we refer to as feeder roads. Now, in my area, we have a number of access roads which are yet to be opened up, and they have not been opened up. But once enough, these unopened access roads, they 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 are supposed to open up to the above kings. You know very well, as we speak, my ward is the source of food in the whole of Mbewa, be it maize, be it sugar cane. And my ward is the largest producer of sugar cane in the whole of Mbewa. That is feeding Riat Sugar Company. The greatest problem these farmers are facing is poor, inaccessible roads. And even if we look at the ones which have been opened up, they are poorly done. There is no proper drainage which has been done on them. The graveling has been done poorly. The culverts have already been covered with the loose soil. So these feeder roads, or rather accessible roads, are so are in a pathetic state, making the economy of Kosewe to be in a slumbering state. Now,
Mm-hmm.
you asked me about my area MCA. The name is Utieno Nicola, second term. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. We can hear
Can you
you
hear me?
loud and clear. We can hear you
My
loud and
area
clear.
MCA. Oh, thank you so much. My area MCA is Utieno Nicholas Awaka. Is serving a second term in the office. Personally, I can't say he has done to the expectation, because even the little he has done, it is done shoddily. If you look at the last financial year, 2023-2024, the total county budget was rated at 11.5 billion, I mean. And if you trickle it down, our ward was only awarded 2 roads to be done. First is Abdallah Range Enya Road. And the people will agree with me. Abdallah Range Enya Road was to be done in this financial year 2023-2024. And then the other one which was to be done this year was this junction to Kuyo Junction, leading to this health facility. That road has been done, yes. but poor drainage system. The culverts which were constructed there are already covered up with loose soil. That means they were poorly done, poor engineering on the road. The maraming which was done there, in Luo we say atera. The not there, atera mane pino biro to luoko. So the road is pathetic and impassable, leading to unworking health facility. So my area MC has totally done nothing. What recommendation? In fact, I think you are displaying one here. I am saying this foretells exactly what my word is. To rectify this, in my first time in office, I will ensure these access roads are properly gravelled and well done to standard. I will ensure the drainage system of these roads are properly done to
We have lost its network. We have lost Hillary. He was bringing some very, very important issues. Victor, you've been quiet for some time. Can you say something? Unmute your mic.
Where is Hillary? He is gone.
Yeah, go. He's coming back. It's network.
I was really following his words.
You and Hillary come from the same ward.
Yeah, we come from the same ward, except that we have different aspirations.
All right. Whatever Hillary has said, can you echo whatever he has said, or can you dispute whatever he has said?
No, he's very right. He's very right, especially on the allocation of Abdallah Ranganya Road. He's very right.
Mm-hmm.
We were told in 6 months it would be done and other things. So he's very right. I can't dispute anything he has said. He's very right. Yeah.
So what happened to the road? Was it the money was allocated, millions of shillings? The contractor went on site, did a shoddy job, and you don't have road right now, and it's or what is happening?
The other road he's talking about, I think some shoddy work was done, but on the Abdallah Ranganya Road, nothing was done completely.
Money
I've not
was
seen anything.
allocated and nothing was done.
Yeah, money was allocated. Allocation, it is always done up to 60%.
So we can say we can say that
may I add something
yes,
on the road, on Abdallah Road? You see, under this financial here, the amount which was located on Abdallah Rangenya Road and this junction road was 5 million each. And it was
Unmute your mic,
mainly,
please.
Oh,
sorry?
you're okay.
You can't hear me?
Go ahead. You're okay. We can hear you. Omera Hillary, go ahead.
Kevin was saying I unmute my mic and yet it's on anyway. So the amount which was sent to that road, as at now, the amount already received on Abdallah Rangenya Road is 5 million. The same Tundesi Road is 5 million. That has already been allocated on those roads. But if you look at them, the manner in which they have been done is so pathetic. After a month, they are
I can't hear you.
inaccessible. They become too pathetic to access. And sad
Mr.
enough, these are the
Mr.
same
Hillary.
roads sugarcane farmers are using to access Ndhiwa road, which leads to Riat, where they are taking.
Mr. Hillary,
But I
allow
can
me to
hear
ask
you.
you something.
All right, Kevin.
Mr. Mzalendo, kindly. Can you confirm with Hillary if there is anything or any attempt to make that road, Abdallah Ranganya Road?
Yeah, he's here. You'll ask him those questions. That's why we have these shows. He's here. You'll ask him that question. Hillary.
Mr. Hillary.
Yes, yes.
Can you confirm if there is anything that has been done on that Abdallah Ranganya Road? Anything. Any tractor that has been brought?
Yes, I would say severally. No. Or in reference to the amount which was sent to it.
No, not in reference to the allocation.
Unless I don't hear you well.
That has been done on that road.
Is there any work that has been done, even using a jembe?
On the road?
Yes, on the road.
No, there is no work which has been done there. I would say there is no work that has been done there. On Ndhiwa they did something. Sorry? No, they have not done. On
He's
Abdallah
lost
Road,
again.
they have literally done nothing but received money, 5 million. But on Ndhiwa,
Hillary,
they did, but I showed you work. As we speak, the road is inaccessible.
All right. Now, which is this road that they have received money and they have done nothing? Can you give me the name of the road?
You can't hear me?
I can hear you, but it's like you need to, we can hear you, but kwa umbali. Can you hear what I'm saying? What I'm asking? Which is this road that they have allocated money and it has not been done? Which is this road? Give me the name of the road.
Abdallah Rangenya. That is the name. Abdallah Rangenya. Abdallah Rangenya.
Can't hear him.
Rangenya is around Abdallah Rangenya. Abdallah Rangenya.
How much was allocated there?
$5 million this year. 5 million this year. 5 million.
Mm-hmm.
For grading, graveling, culverting. Those ones were the three things which were to be done on that road: graveling, culverting, and graveling.
All right.
The same to Ndhiwa Health Center. They call it Kuyo Junction, Ndhiwa Health Center Road. Kuyo Junction, Ndhiwa Health Center Road.
Mm-hmm.
They call it Kuyo Junction, Ndhiwa Health Center Road at 5 million, same amount. Yes, they did some work there, and surprising enough, what made them do this? There was a funeral of the family of former education officer.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hear
Mr.
I don't know
his name
whether
is
my
here.
mic is the problem. Mama is.
The Congere family. They lost their mother. That family lost their mother around Ndhiwa. Sorry? But I can hear you.
Me, I can hear you, but
it is Kevin's network. It is
Can you hear
Kevin's
me?
network.
Kevin, your network is a problem. But Kevin, just hold
Can
your
you hear
thought.
me?
Hillary, hold your thought. Kevin, I want you to jump in so that we can hear you if your mic is okay. Can you jump in?
Thank you very much, Mzalendo.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, allow me make it clear on the movement that we are currently driving. Freedom Fighters Movement is a movement within ODM, just like Umkhonto we Sizwe of the ANC of South Africa. what we are basically doing is fighting for our democratic space within the ODM. So we are not a party, we are a movement of the ODM, but basically moving and driving the agenda of the youths. Let me move very fast to Kobwa Award, because that is my concern. I want to highlight on the three major roles of the MCA. One is the representation, two is the legislation, and lastly, oversight. Those are the three major roles of the serving or the elected member of the county assembly. My member of the assembly is Honorable Oumogindo. On rating, I want to give him 1 out of 10. That means he has dismally performed. And if this was a cause, I will, without any doubt, discontinue Gindo and send him home. I want to move very fast on the key areas or some of the devolved units. One is roads, then we have ECDs, we have water, we have health, we have agriculture, and other things that we can talk about is the empowerment, both to the youth and to the women. Just like my brother Hillary is lamenting about Kosewa Ward, I want to say that Kobwa is very pathetic. And we can't compare, maybe on my side, I can't compare Kobwa and Kosewa. Kobwa is the worst. And as you speak, what is going on is that the electorates or the people of Kosoko, what we are currently doing is we are planting bananas all over on our roads. That means that our roads are like farms. And I want to give an example. We have Ratanganyakwamba Road. What is currently doing on that road is banana plantation. And maybe after the end of the season, we shall have a bumper harvest. So that means most of our roads in Kobwa are pathetic, impassable. And because we don't have roads, just like what he's saying, what the MCs are doing, they are supposed to do the oversight role. Even on those roads, they are supposed to look at the amount allocated for the roads. They present the budget, then they are given the money, or money is wired for the project. So what they are supposed to do is to oversight, to ensure that there's quality work. That is contrary to what most of our MCs do. In fact, what they do, they use their proxies. Like what I know Ogin has done, he has used most of his proxies. They win the tender, they take up the construction. What is done on those roads are 10%. The 90% are in his pockets. And even if you today you look at Ogendo himself, you will be convinced that most of the projects are in his stomach. So that is it. So on roads, if it is a rating, I will give 0 out of 10. That means we don't have any roads. And that means even the agriculture sector is completely dead. Number two, we have the most important health service within our ward, which is devolved. We have health facility. As we speak, what we have in Kobwa are dispensaries without drugs and without doctors, or without the nurses and the clinical officers. There was this project that was brought in Kobwa that gave a rays of hope. That is a Gotkojo Health Facility. Money was wired for the project, and Ogendo himself, with his wisdom or lack of the same, that information was all over. He won the tender, the construction was begun, and as you speak, the last thing that was seen on that site, Ogendo was spotted ferrying the construction material to his own home. So that means that project is stalled. And we have a number of projects that are stalled within Koboy wards, and we don't talk about health facility. One of them, we have that Kujowi health facility. We have Nyagotadulu health facility. We have Gotachal health facilities. Those are facilities that will be helping most of our people. The only way in which you can talk about maybe people benefiting from the devolved services is health. But as we speak, Koboy, there's no any health facility. What we have are dispensaries that are struggling. That means most of the electorates in Koboy will move to St. Camilla's. That is now in Migori County. That's where we seek medication. So on health, I also give 0 to my ward MCA. On water, which is another essential service to the people, we have Konyua water project stalled. We have Alokoko water project stalled. We have Nyamako project is stalled. So most of the water projects in our ward, they are projects that began but stalled on the way. So there is no working project as we speak. Then on ECDs, what happens with our ECDs in Koboy ward? The area MCA through his proxies, some of them are well known. And that's why sometimes we drag in, including the spouse, that is Efi Nyaroteng. So most of these projects are won by Ogendo himself. But the projects are never completed. If some are done to the completion, then 10% of the allocation goes to the construction. I want to be very categorical in one of the ECDs, that is Randore. There was a good project that was brought in by High Excellency Gladys Wanga, and that is the Ondoa Kaunda initiative. Most of the wards, and Kosera can be a benchmark. We can also talk about Kanyadoto. This project is done. And when you move to every ward, you see projects that are done, projects that are completed. In Koboy, we have one ECD that is working. That is ECD that Ogendo took to his home. The Apoche ECD. The rest are stalled projects. Randore ECD project was started the other day. Do you know the contractor? Oumogendo's driver by the name Jofio Kita. As we speak, that project is stalled. Money was wired into the account. The contractor took the money. The project is moving slowly. And in fact, I can say it is a stalled project. So on agriculture, again, so on health facility,
Kevin, let us move slowly. I know you have got all these points that you want to put across, but I want us to dwell on something that you have mentioned, and with clarity about the health sector. You said that in your ward, the health sector is pathetic, and Dr. Joey stalled a long time ago. The same can be replicated in so many of these wards. Now, my question before even you move to the next segment is that we know health is a very critical issue to our community, and we have got challenges in Ndhiwa. What are your plans to access medical facilities and services as an aspirant? What can you do about it if you are given the position? And how will you address the shortage of medical professionals in that sector?
Thank you, Mr. Nick. When I began, I talked about one of the key role of the area MCA, that is representation of the people. So one thing I will do when I assume the office in 2027, I will ensure that I represent the people of Koboy Ward. I will identify some of the areas where we need to put in help. And through representation, I will take the budget. I will identify some of the key health areas or some of the key areas where we need health services. Like we have the stall projects Gotkojo, which is very essential. It's it's strategically located. We have Ratanga LTCD, we have Randore, we have Nyamogo, so many of them. So what I will ensure is that allocation done to some of the health services, they are used appropriately. I will do what we call the oversight. The fund that is given, are they worth the project that is put in place? So I will ensure that there is accountability in leadership. First of all, we shall identify the best contractor, we then award the tender and ensure that that work is done. And not even 1 shilling from the citizen is siphoned, like we have seen it in the current regime. Then I will also, through legislation, I will propose a medical scheme that will cater for the elderly in our society. And that will ensure that the elderly have access to health services.
Wow. Okay, I think that is a really good challenge to the occupant of that particular seat. If they can borrow something from whatever you have said, then we'll be moving towards the right direction. Now we have got George, who has been very, very quiet for some time. George, you are not an aspirant. I want to give you a very good example, and this is to all of you. My observation. When I drive from the city heading to my village, I use normally Keroka. It's called what? The Kisi Road, going to Homa Bay and to Ndhiwa. Now, immediately I pass maybe Masai land, then get to the Kalenjin land, then get to Kisi. I want you to visualize what you see when you drive from Kisi land, when you reach Kamagambo area. Immediately when you reach Kamagambo, you start to see a community that is wallowing in poverty. You've never looked at it that way, but I want you to, for the first time, look at it that way. When you take a drive from Kisi, going back to your village, even take the Asumbi route from Suneka, you will immediately you finish Kisi land. The first thing you see is unproductive people. You see a community that was the land is well utilized. And then you get to our area, then you see people who are not utilizing their land properly. Yet we are just neighbors with Kisi. How can we utilize our land effectively, Mr. George? And do you see? Do you see? Do you visualize what I see when you take a drive from Kisi, then you eat Luo land? When you're from Kisi, you see an a county with economic activities going on. Youths are so busy doing stuff. People are going to the market. Then when you reach Luo land, what do you see? This question, I would want you guys to jump on it and tell me if I'm wrong. Is it our
Okay.
politics or is it our people?
Thank you, Mr. Mzalendo. Actually,
Maybe if
whatever thing you
you
are
allow
saying,
me to jump in, Mr. Nick.
Yeah, yes.
I think I'm speaking.
Do you hear me?
George is saying
So
something. But
one of the
Kevin, I
Kevin,
think I'm speaking.
George is saying something. Let George finish.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. One key area that our people don't understand, and that is the only thing that is making us to lag behind, is the accessibility of roads. If you are driving just as the way you are saying from Kisii now, okay, immediately you leave Kisii, you are now getting to our side of the road. You will first thing realize that the modification, rather the grading even on our roads, is more different from the grading of the other side. So the accessibility gives them first one priority that makes them do their business as well, trading fine, and our people lack what we call combined effort. We don't combine efforts to bring what we want on the table. In other words, or in other hand, we try as much as possible only to succeed on our own. We cannot proceed or have everything at hand if you are doing your things your own way. We need to come on the ground. We need to consolidate each and every part of these communities and wards and have all these areas with intelligent leaders who can easily correlate with the people to make everything accessible. Third, we have economic factor taking place, or rather the economic nature of, let's just refer to our neighboring county, that is Kisii. If you go to Kisii, they have a banana plantation. There is a very great market at Kisii that is doing a very good work concerning what they have based their mind on. If you come to our Luland, we are glad to be having sugarcane plantations and sugarcane, or rather sugar company. If you go to where these sugar plantations are, it is very embarrassing that no way you can access them, most likely during the rainy season. And this is where we get the problems of a child dropping off school because there is lack of fees. A child is dropping school because the plantation of the father, the sugar plantation of the father is ready but no accessible. How can it be taken out of the garden? I want to talk another key areas that most of us seem to be ignoring. We cannot have development agendas and matters be into position with our current leaders if you are disrupting the leader on its current elections. For example, my friend from Kevin Owor, Kevin Owor is complaining about the Kwaboi ward. From the Kwaboi ward, Honorable Martin Ogindo is taking the third term at Kwaboi ward. If I'm not wrong, Kevin will confirm. And as per the ground, what people say is on the ground is totally reflecting what Kevin was talking about. The reason as to why this is happening, the leaders have become so much mean, and they think that they can easily rule within the community without being interrogated. They think that there's a mere way of getting closer to Raila Amolo Odinga, getting closer to the so will make them be our current leaders. The greatest problem we have been facing ever since we started elections is because people think that once you have the ticket, ODM ticket, you are free to go. Let us make this thing clear. We cannot have a developing agenda. We cannot have everything into position, allocation for the allocation of resources to the community if we are damned, if we are not speaking for the people, if we are not representing the people who elected us. So concerning the state of our wards, I don't want to get into a county general, but our ward is pathetic. Our Scab county is very, very in a bad state as compared to our other